All right, guys, welcome to the episode of Driving Fast, Taking Chances. I'm your host, Bad Brad. Today, we've got Brad Carrick. This episode brought to you by Jeff Hill Trailer Sales in Modoc, Indiana. JeffHillTrailerSales.com has got everything you need. Cargo, utility, stacker, full-blown race trailer. Whatever you need, Jeff and his crew will get you taken care of. JeffHillTrailerSales.com. Check them out today. Some of you guys that are old schoolers will remember this mug, and a lot of you guys have been asking what happened to Brad Carrick. Got a couple of successful seasons on the road with us, doing trade show stuff, and apparently the road bug bit you because you just went full-time on the road after that.
Had to.
Brad Carrick, welcome to the show. Where have you been? What have you been doing? And what do you do for a living now?
Well, I live in Nashville now.
Not North Carolina.
Not North Carolina, Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm a touring musician full time.
Right on.
Which you knew that was something that was always in my
always,
blood.
man. How many music conversations do we have?
I mean, it to some extent, what they would call it ad nauseum, where we were just sick of it.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
But yeah, now I tour for a living, playing guitar, and yeah. I got the bug definitely early on, and then you helped sort of excite that, and then it just kept going.
It's like life on the road, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So how long have you been touring now?
Technically since 2016, and then with country since 2017.
Right on. So you worked with us 14, 15 or 15, 16?
It was 14, 15.
Right on. Mm-hmm. And then we got you back during COVID.
Yep.
Because no touring.
No touring.
So it's pretty crazy. We have a Nashville recording artist in our warehouse doing shipping.
Yeah.
Doing shipping. It's like, hey, Brad, what are you doing for a living now? Yeah, basically I run shipping at Velocita. What? Yeah. So, yeah, that was kind of a step
Well,
back
you know, there's some shipping, but there's also a lot of horseplay. So.
Yes, there was definitely a fair amount of horseplay, man. So, how much different? So, and, you know, guys see us, you know, we do 50 plus national events a year. Mm-hmm. We've got a full-time road crew, a part-time road crew, a part-time road crew. How much difference is music travel life than what we used to do? The setup, the tear down, all that kind of stuff. You guys have kind of arrived now. You probably don't do a lot of your own setup and tear down, but you still audio check. You're still one of the sound engineers, that kind of thing, right?
Right. Well, you know, with me touring on guitar, I don't touch anything sound related.
Oh, nice.
So I set up my guitars, I tune them, and then I will sound check them. But I don't, you know, no more. I don't do any audio stuff.
Right on.
But it's very similar actually because you know you're on the road, you know you're road
nonstop.
Dog. Yeah, you're nonstop road dogging out there, and you show up to a new place. You get there, you start setting up, you do your job, you close shop, you move on.
Pile up. And now you were just in Canada for a few weeks also.
Yes.
Who were you in Canada with? You sent me some links. I was unfamiliar. Those guys are awesome, man.
So Ryan and Rory, yeah, they're a new country music duo. They've not gone to radio yet. So in the music industry. You want to get traction. They want to see your socials. They want to see this and that and the other. They're signed with, Jason Aldean's label, Broken Bow Records. But you don't want to take them to radio until they have good traction. Until they have, you know, and then the radio starts seeing it and they'll start playing and spinning records. Anyways, yeah, we were in Canada for 27 days, did 20 shows in 27 days.
Wow.
Yep.
Now, how well is the new group received up there? They love them up there too?
They loved them.
Yeah.
You know, Canadian people love country music.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That just seems odd.
I know.
It
It's
like, well, all right.
It's kind of weird because, you know, I mean, honestly, you don't expect them to be so into it. But, I mean, it's a huge thing. Especially to get up to, like, Calgary.
Yeah.
Some of the bigger, not really so much, Toronto to some degree, but definitely, like, you know, I mean, it's just as country as it is here.
Right on.
If not more.
Right on. So your full-time gig, what are you doing? Who are you playing for right now?
So I play full-time. I'm playing for Chris Lane, and you know the reason that worked out is he had a baby November 11 or something like that. So I was able to take a month-long tour with someone else. And of course, Chris didn't care. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
But yeah, I work full-time for Chris Lane. I've done that since 2018.
And what are the chances that you'd meet Chris? I mean, he lives basically ultimately from us. We could really call it one town away.
Right.
How did you guys even connect?
Yeah. So I used to play with country duo. They're called the Dries now, which I've still play with them.
Caitlin and
Derek.
Darren, yeah.
And I played. I just played their Christmas shows with them this year.
Yeah.
But previously it was called the Caitlin Marks Band.
Okay.
And so we would play at all the places here in Carolina. You know, really specifically the Triad. And you know, we get to know everybody. So you play a show with Chris. You play a show with Jody Lee Petty, with Ross Copley, all those guys. So that's how I got to know Chris. And then my story for meeting up with Chris was kind of weird
because you didn't immediately start playing for Chris. You've played for several other bands.
Yeah. So so I played with Caitlin. I played with Jody around here. I played a couple shows with Ross. But how I got hooked up with Chris was I was living in LA in 2016, and I had a weekend off, and I went to see a show for Chris somewhere in LA. I think it was Jones Beach. No, that don't sound right. Anyways. I went there. I hooked up with my old buddy Zach, and he was like, "Hey man, we need somebody for 2 weeks." I was like, "All right, cool."
To play with Chris.
And it wasn't to play. This was doing the audio engineering.
Oh, right on.
So I was mixing the in-ear monitors for all the guys, and he hired me right there. And then at 2 weeks in, Chris was like, "I don't want you to leave, man." He's like, he said, "You're too valuable to me."
Right
He
on.
said, "I'll make a job for you."
Chris, I agree, man. He was super valuable for us too. So yes, absolutely. So how did that morph into playing instruments for Chris? Or
Well, you know, they all knew I was an instrumentalist. Like that's my main goal,
Right.
to play the instrument. But
and just for record, man, he's humble, but he can play anything with strings. I've seen it go down, man. So yeah, and drums too.
and drums too.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's actually probably my favorite instrument, believe it or not.
Right on.
Drums, but I ended up staying around with Chris. In 2017, or at the end of 2016, there was a guy named Morgan Wallen touring with. You may have heard of him.
Heard of her? Yeah.
He was touring with Chris, and in 2017, the start of their guitar player quit, and they all knew me. They're like, "You want to join up?"
Chris's guitar player.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Morgan's good. So I played for Morgan for 2017, and then 2018, Chris ended up letting one of his guys go, and he said, "Hey, I want you to come."
All right, so I want to dig up a little bit of dirt. I've heard this quoted, and I don't know if this is true, that Morgan Wallen is an unbelievably talented musician, but he is not a great person.
He is an unbelievably talented musician. He's actually a really great dude, but he, in his younger years, was a little rough on the edges.
A little rough, and I think you experienced some of the little rough.
Yeah.
Did you guys have a situation maybe in or around Saturday Night Live that something kind of went down?
He did. Yeah. I don't know a lot about that story, but yeah, I mean, I think knowing Morgan, he was just uncomfortable in the city. He's a East,
not a city people.
He's an East Tennessee boy. I mean,
Right.
I think grew up in Sneedville.
Yeah. I think you said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how long did you play for Morgan?
So I did that all of 2017.
Right on.
And then 18 is when Chris, December of 17, Chris fired one of his guys and said, "Hey," and the reason I took that job was I wanted to be his band leader, music director.
Right on.
So that's kind of this, you're not just a musician. It's
Sure.
a step up. It's a cat's hair better pay.
Right.
Not much, but
It's a little bit.
you
And
do. You do more work. So
Sure. Well, don't we all love more work, right?
Yeah. It's not always.
This episode brought to you by Jeff Hill Trailer Sales in Modoc, Indiana. JeffHillTrailerSales.com has got everything you need. Cargo, utility, stacker, full-blown race trailer, whatever you need, Jeff and his crew will get you taken care of. JeffHillTrailerSales.com. Check them out today. So where's your favorite place you've toured so far?
I like any time we get to go to a fun city that they got good food.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, New York City is a great place to go for food.
Sure.
Don't necessarily love like playing there, but honestly, when we got in 2019, we went to Europe and we played at the O2 Arena in London, and that whole European tour was fun.
Now, see, I've heard Europe has terrible food.
You know what? That was a good example of not good food, but really awesome scenery.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Now you did, I guess it was during COVID time. you did a trade show for Kennedy for my daughter.
Yep.
You remember that?
Yeah.
You went to Asheville to the MBHA Super Show. And at this point, you'd made it in the music business. You were a musician.
Right, yeah.
And it was great because you were over there doing your thing. And I think on day one, life was great. Nobody knew who you were. Everything was cool. And then that would have been 2020. So you were playing with Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, but day two, some little girl realized, hey, this guy ain't just over here selling Rocket Donkey. He's actually a musician. And then I think you had some fanfare after that, didn't you?
I made the colossal mistake, or maybe, I guess you weren't there at.
No. We were doing another event.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I was going to say, I don't even remember. Was Kennedy even there?
No, you were on your own.
Okay.
Yeah, you had to go. But, you had done multiple trade shows for me before, so it wasn't like, yeah.
I made the colossal mistake of telling someone what I do for an actual living.
And
so
she stalked you?
She stalked me,
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was bad. Awesome.
I mean, it never hurts to be stalked by a pretty girl, but at some point it's like,
that is
it's
true.
overwhelming.
I would say the one place that people ask about you the most when we're on the road now, Syracuse, because good gosh, how many times we go to Syracuse? Felt
so
like
many.
100, right?
Yeah.
And Tulsa.
Yeah.
Because we're in Tulsa, basically for a whole month.
Oh, yeah.
So people constantly ask, the Han family, Blake, all them, because I still see them all the time, hang out with Tom and all them. They ask about you all the time. Donna asks about you a lot. So I like our Tulsa group. Randall, man, all those guys, like the whole group's like, man, whatever happened to Brad? I was like, man, he's doing his thing, man. I'll show him pictures and stuff that you've posted or whatever. So
it's kind of interesting because you're out there forever. Seemingly forever.
We're a month. I mean, it's a month, yeah.
And you really become close friends with all these people.
And I've been going 20 years. You know what I mean? So like I tell people all the time, I joke, I feel like an honorary Han family member and a Tulsa resident.
Yeah.
Because like there ain't nowhere in town I don't know. I know everywhere to eat, not to eat, where to go and what not to go. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. So one fun thing, all the casinos have craps now.
Really?
Yeah, they all have craps now. This is a personal thing for me. But go figure.
Because I don't think they had them when we were going over.
Cards.
Yeah.
It had cards craps.
Yeah.
You had to play.
Oh,
Remember we went to Hard Rock and it took like 7 hours for one roll of dice. It was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all have, they actually have live dice now. So,
all right.
yeah.
Well, that's
That's
for
pretty
you.
much the only thing that's kind of changed there, really, man. Town kind of looks the same. Nothing's really gotten crazy in Tulsa.
Really?
Businesses is booming there, man. Always has been. I just saw a thing. They've got almost 2,000 entries for the Tulsa Shootout.
Really?
Yeah, it's gonna be madness, man.
Do they cap that off or no?
Oh, man, if you can get them packed in the building, dude, they'll let you come. And they got people that are going to be pitting outside. And we've been out there when it's been 80 degrees in January, and we've been out there when it's been 8 degrees in January and everything in between. So
Yeah.
yes,
No
yes.
thanks.
So I am curious. I see you wore boots today. How many pairs of boots do you have now?
You know what? I've only got. Let's see here. I have the three pairs that you bought me.
That used to be Brad's bonuses. We go boot shopping. So yeah.
And I've got this pair and then one other. So I've got only 5 pairs. So I'm close to you, close to your 50,000 pairs.
So for a Nashville recording or tour musician, man, that's crazy. You only have 5 pair. All right, I do have a pair. I do have a pair. I do have a question. Why do all musicians wear skinny jeans?
I was about to say I don't know where it started, but I'm pretty sure it started with Florida Georgia Line.
Okay.
So
No. I'm even before them. Everybody wears skinny jeans.
Well, that is true. I don't know. I've never thought about that.
Look around.
Yeah.
Next time you're at music work and y'all are getting ready to play or perform, nobody is wearing true boot cuff jeans. Just doesn't happen.
Well, you're right. I was trying to think of an example, but I can't.
There's no examples, Brad. I've researched this, man. I'm telling you. Everybody wears skinny jeans, man.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna pay attention to Zach Top.
Okay,
I'm gonna see what he looks like.
I think he at least pitches. Him and Chris Stapleton at least pitch a little more traditionalist. And my crew actually caught George Strait and Stapleton last year at NFR. He played the stadium there where the Raiders play. So it was like 66,000 there.
So they call it Allegiant Stadium?
Maybe it's one right there on 15. You guys probably played in there too, or around there. Here's the bad thing. 66,000 people in town for a concert. There ain't 66,000 Ubers. They got home at 3:30 in the morning.
Oof.
Here's what's crazy. George Strait is a stud. Let me tell you why. So I don't know who it was, like Brantley Gilbert played for an hour. You know, I don't know, when y'all have like 3 acts, right? The first act comes out and how long they normally play? 15, 20, 30 minutes tops?
It varies. If you're on like on a George Strait tour, yeah, you probably get about 20 minutes.
Bro they played an hour.
Really?
Full hour. Like Kenny sent me a message. He's like, this Joker just got off stage. Chris Stapleton's coming on. Chris Stapleton, full blown 2 hours with an encore. He was opening for George. So she sent me a message at like 11:40. She said, George is coming on stage. He's a stud, man.
Yeah.
Ain't he like 75 years
Yeah,
old?
like I'd be in bed.
Yeah, man, my man is coming on stage at like 11:40 at night, and he played. They left just before 1 a.m. and he hadn't done his encore yet. And they were like, the girls were like, we couldn't believe how agile he was, moving around stage, jamming. We saw REO Speedwagon years ago. They don't move other than their hands. I guess, you know, they've all had hip replacement or whatever. Dude, they said George was animated all over the place.
That's good to hear because, you know, I mean, like, you get old, it's tough to move
And
around.
I think I remember you saying, you referring to George as a legacy act.
Yes.
Like staple, like, I mean, top of the food chain.
Yeah.
How awesome would it be to get a gig playing for a dude like that?
That would be amazing. You know what? I would love to I would love to have a gig like that, but probably would take it a few years back because who knows how much longer he's going to be touring. I mean, this
Correct.
maybe is,
Yeah.
you never know that.
Well, that's what's supposed to be. You know, they never came out and said final tour, but they kind of said, this is it.
Yeah.
I mean, last time in Vegas.
you don't know how much you're going to get. I mean,
No.
Alan Jackson just did his final show in Nashville.
But is it a final show?
Who knows,
I mean,
but-
I've seen Def Leppard. I've seen their final tour 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, how many more times is Joe? I mean, and I'm curious about that. Why do they keep bringing them back?
money.
I was going to say it's got to be. Yeah.
It's probably like Kiss, a good example. You know, I mean, those guys that have done not the Hell Freezes Over tour. What's it called? Anyways,
That was Motley Crue. Yeah,
Exactly.
they did it like 4 times.
It's probably they've mismanaged their money because when you got bukus of money rolling in, you don't think about managing it. But when it stops,
all of a sudden the management kind of changes. Yeah. So we've done in Vegas during NFR, which is a great time if you love country music. We did Brad Paisley acoustic last year, which I was pissed about because we buy these tickets and don't say nothing about Brad Paisley being acoustic, right?
Yeah.
And we go to MGM to the Encore Theater, right? It only seats like 2,000. It's a very intimate setting. And Brad Paisley comes out with a chair and an acoustic guitar.
that's it.
I'm like, bitch, where's the drums, man? I was mad. I will say, one of my most memorable concerts ever. You basically shout him out and he plays them. And let me say this. I know you guys have played with Brad some. He is hilarious, dude.
He's real
He's not
funny.
even funny. He is hilarious.
He's incredibly nice too.
Yeah. He's very, very talented also, man.
In
Yes.
2019, we did a tour with him, and it spanned over 4 or 5 months. But once a month, he would do one thing for the whole touring company,
Wow.
including the openers. Go to the movies, go-kart racing, which of course, I got into.
Yeah,
on that. Mini golf or top golf or whatever. So it was so cool of him, and he's the only one who's ever done something like that.
That's pretty cool, man. Yeah. So we saw Brad acoustic, and then Cody Johnson. The girls are crazy about. He's a roper too.
Oh yeah.
So we think he's got some Rocky Donkey swag in the closet. We don't know for sure. So we saw him, and the girls have seen him a couple times. And then this year, you'll never guess who I finally saw.
Gary Allen.
Yes, because it was our old fight song.
Yeah.
Brad used to have this. It was like 5-set song that we would play before trade
Yeah,
shows.
yeah.
It was like our hype music or whatever. Finally saw Gary Allen. He's actually, man, to be unprocessed and just like for real blowing it out. He's still extremely talented, man.
Oh, he is
Dude,
so
he's
good.
like 9 feet tall too. The guy's
Is he really?
huge. Have you never seen him?
Never seen him in
He's
person.
a tower. He is a tower. Yeah, he said that since he's had a record contract, he has never not been in Vegas for his birthday.
Really?
He said, since I've had a record contract, I'm in Vegas my birthday every year. He said, I'm not mad about it or whatever.
No.
So, no, super duper talented man, sounded great, put on a heck of a show, rocking.
Was that full band or was that
Full band, a whole
Cool.
deal.
Oh, yeah.
In the same arena that we saw Brad Paisley in, which took me back to being almost listener's remorse because Brad didn't have a band now.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
No, he had full band, man, rhythm guitar. I got to ask you a question, too. So this is weird, man. So you're the only normal-looking guy that can play every string instrument because you can play steel guitar, right?
No, I've never even tried
Haven't
steel
done
guitar.
steel guitar. So they had a guy who played their steel guitar guy looked like he lived he was from the Bronx, right? He was very uncountry, right?
Yeah.
The lead guitarist looked like my guy, Mike Cobbler. He looked like he belonged the little frontman for the Clash.
Yeah.
The dude who played the everything else, the violin, he played the freaking cello, he played every kind of guitar, the little guitar, not the ukulele, but whatever the little one is. He played everything else string. Dude, this guy looked like the diesel pump manager on Pump 3 at Love's. They all look like that, man. What is that? Yeah, it was crazy.
Well, that's
also skinny jeans.
That's a symptom of touring, probably.
It probably is.
You know,
yeah.
he's probably dead inside.
Oh my gosh, yeah. The keyboardist was really good. The whole band was really talented, man. It was good. So they've seen him out there, and then I don't know if you remember Andy Cobb. You remember the name Andy Cobb?
I recognize that name.
His uncles are the Bellamy brothers.
Oh, really?
Yes. So we got to see them 2 years ago. We were out there. He just called me up. He said, "Hey, man, I see you're in town. You want to come?" And they were at Golden Nugget. So we went and checked out the Bellamy. So like I say, and then they do on Wednesday night, which I'm kind of surprised you guys haven't got in on this, on Wednesday night on Fremont Street. You've been to Vegas multiple times. The 4 stages, they rotate, and they have country bands on that.
Yeah, they had us out in 21, maybe 22.
Okay, right on. That makes sense. Yeah, because I think we saw Old Dominion. There was some good stuff, man. There's a couple of new girls that were coming up I was unfamiliar with. I mean, I guess they've made it now or whatever. So just whatever's playing on the radio.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
How unfun is it to hear your own music on the radio?
Typically, I know it within a second because
Can't
I'm so
yeah.
in tune with it, and you know, like the first note, I'm like off.
Oh.
Radio
So
off.
what is that? You told me by the time we hear it on the radio, you've played it how many times?
Let's see here. By the time we go through rehearsal, and it probably, I mean, at least 100 times that I've played it, and you know,
Bare minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's crazy, man, how that you guys have, and kind of get rid of this, the suspicion or superstition. How much of your music do you guys write? Velocita-USA, the world's greatest driving suit. Lighter, faster, better than what you're wearing. Suits, gloves, chutes, helmets, head and neck restraint, everything for your safety program in one location. Check us out online, velocita-usa.com. Give us a call, 336-764-8502. Drive fast, take chances. For all your rodeo and Western lifestyle apparel, check out rocket-donkey.com. That's Rocket Donkey Apparel. You'll see these folks all over the place. You'll even pick them up at the Chili Bowl Nationals. They've got trade show booths at virtually every barrel race in America. Check them out online, rocket-donkey.com. Hey guys, this part of the show brought to you in part by EasySponsorships.com. If you're looking for sponsorship for your race car and running into dead ends and closed doors everywhere, check out EasySponsorships.com and learn from the super sponsor man, Claude Hagerty. He will show you how to find money to go racing. How much of your music do you guys write? How much of your music do you buy?
Oh, that's interesting. It varies between each artist, and even, you know, you got a guy like Morgan who he's the top dog, and he is a writer on a lot of his stuff, but he's also not a writer on a lot of his stuff.
Sure.
Chris's biggest hit, I don't know about you, Chris is not a writer on, but he's a writer on Big Big Plans, his second biggest hit.
Right on.
And even, you know, I think a lot of times it's not what can I be a writer on, but what is going to fit the album that I'm trying to release.
Sure. So how does that work? Do you guys? I imagine there's just writers for hire, songs for sale. Is there an archive? You guys just get to go sit down in Nashville and press buttons, go, we like that, we don't like this, that kind of thing? How does that work?
There's song pluggers. So you've got publishing houses, they hire writers, and then they have people who work for them that plug their songs. Like,
okay,
ooh, this sounds like a Chris song. This sounds like a Morgan song. Like,
right on.
And of course, you get a #1 hit, people start writing in your style again.
Right on.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Everybody's flocking to try to write like that style.
All right. So, and it may be industry exclusive. We're not allowed to know how much it costs to buy a song.
I couldn't even tell you. But, I mean, it really, they don't really buy songs. You buy, or you get points. So every time the radio plays it.
Points?
Points. Yeah. There's like a point system. The producer gets points. The writers get points. Trying to think like who else would get points. The record label gets points. They get the most. And what happens is, as the radios play the song, there's a company out there that essentially counts the number of spins that it gets per month or whatever. And then you get paid based on that, based on your points and based on that. So you get a payout.
So I heard someone say that if George Strait and the guy who's written over half of his number ones, 'cause I think he's at 66 or 67, were at Denny's eating dinner, nobody would ask for anybody's autograph but George, but the songwriter has way more money than George will ever see.
Yep.
Is that true?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if that's like proportionately how it is, but I mean, he certainly has a ton of money.
Right. And nobody knows who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting there enjoying his eggs.
You know, you actually had interaction when you worked with us with actually a ghostwriter. And I don't know if you've run into him in the industry since then. Kenny Montgomery. Remember K-Mo?
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, he's done stuff with Kenny Chesney. He's done stuff. He doesn't write, and from what I understand about K-Mo, he doesn't write entire songs. He'll write like a section of a song, or he'll write the guitar portion of it, or the drum line of it, or he'll put, I think he calls them blends or something, but that's kind of his jam.
It's very rare for a guy to be the sole writer.
To do it all.
Yeah, or gal be a sole writer on a song. I mean, it's hard, but you know, two brains are better than one.
Or three or four, absolutely. Yeah. And did you ever hear the song Dirt that K-Mo did?
Is it the one where he shouts out
Velocity?
Yeah, shouts out Velocity. Right.
Yeah, famous man. I've been on a reality series and I'm in a rap song. My real estate's high now, Brad.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting on the next song. K-Mo, you got to come out with something new. We got to have something in there. So,
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It says, where'd you get that fire suit? Man, I like the stitching. Velocita-USA. Just tell Brad that I sent you.
Yeah.
Yes. So for about the first 5 years, people be like, hey, K-Mo sent me. Yeah, I bet. You probably called Kenny right up and he's told you to call me.
Yeah.
So yes, absolutely. So what is your least favorite part of touring? Pre-girlfriend.
Pre-girlfriend.
Yeah.
No, honestly, it's the amount of travel and the lack of quality sleep.
Yeah. Welcome to, yeah. So you were already conditioned for that.
Yeah, I was already there. It never got any better.
Okay.
Like a tour bus is great. It's comfortable. It's the best way to travel.
Yeah.
But at the end of the night, you're driving, you're trying to sleep going 70 miles an hour
down
a highway. And if the highway's good and straight, sure. But only North Carolina has really good roads.
Right. Yeah. How many of you guys are on the bus?
Let's see here. We have on this bus we've got 10. Then this was last year or this year. Forget where we're at.
That's a lot of people to share that amount of space with.
It is. Bus will hold 12.
Right on.
So Chris typically has his own bus, but for the Flats tour, we were only carrying one trailer, so we only did one bus.
Gotcha. Do you ever get a hotel?
Rarely. Now with Ryan and Rory, we got hotels every night.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was an example of, we're traveling in a Sprinter van.
Okay.
But
no bus yet.
No bus. Doing a Sprinter van with a trailer versus and sleeping in hotels versus traveling in a bus and not sleeping in hotels.
What do you prefer?
Hotels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breakfast is better.
Yeah. Get that continental breakfast every morning.
Yeah. What do you think the average country music listener out there, what are kind of some epiphanies that you had when you got in to the industry full time that you think people probably don't realize or don't acknowledge?
A lot of people think our life is really cush. And granted, in comparison to a lot of things, it is cush. It really is. But it's not like this grandiose idea that we're so, catered to.
Do you think that some of the rockumentaries we've seen, and because like the Motley Crue story, everybody's seen the rockumentary on Motley Crue. I mean, those guys were hair metal gods.
Yeah.
And they probably did live a fairly cushy lifestyle with a lot of stuff catered to them. Mm-hmm. The music business is harder than most people think. They just assume once you sign a deal, everybody gets an 8-figure check, a jet, a helicopter, and the car of their dreams. You buy your parents a house, and now you're on MTV Cribs. It doesn't really work that way, does it?
No. And here's why. Motley Crue, they were the band. So you got to watch the whole band.
Right.
And they just, people will sort of apply that mold to, oh, you're in Chris's band, but I'm not the artist. Motley Crue, Tommy Lee, just as important as Vince Neil,
gotcha.
Mick Mars. So yeah, I think that people they sort of take that mold and think, oh, it's just like this, and it's nowhere near. I mean, they wouldn't carry their own equipment through the airport. I carry my guitars through the airport.
Right on. So you still fly commercial, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, right on.
And we fly private probably 5 times a year, which is nice. I mean, that's the way to do it.
Yes.
But that is a very small treat.
So it is a lot more work than most people think. So the lifestyle's not as cush. It's a little more work. What are other things that are epiphanies, or you think fans probably associate or think is going on that might not be the case?
Yeah, they think a lot of partying probably, you know, and it happens. It does happen. But, you know, in my case, and especially in the country world, it's, you know, partying is the small end of the totem pole.
Are you allowed to tell us how old you are now, Brad?
I'm 39.
Wow.
Yeah.
So at 39, I mean, not that partying's not fun from time to time. It's probably not what you want to participate in on a regular basis.
No, because if you're wanting quality sleep, you know,
you got to get one or the other.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And, you know, I'm only getting a little quality sleep.
Have you seen, especially maybe even in your time with Morgan, he's a little younger, a little more exciting.
Yeah.
Around the edges. Doesn't have a new baby.
Yeah.
Did you find that the after show performance affected the next performance sometimes?
Oh, it always does. And here's something interesting. So, and this is, I've heard many people say this. Let's say the next day you drank too much. The next day you're going out to sound check. And so we play with, typically everybody plays with what's called a click track, you know, a tempo to keep us in line, because you've got video behind you that's got everything's got to sync up, and it's all got to work together. The lights, you know, if you got pyro, everybody says, like, if you go up and play hungover, and this is what people say. I've never experienced.
That's not
this.
a Morgan Wallen song, by the way.
Hungover.
Hungover. No. Yeah. No, that's actually a state of physical being.
Yeah. If you go out there and you sound check, the click track will either sound fast or slow to you based on how your brain
I can see that.
waving, and it's really interesting because, you know, I've never experienced it, but I hear people say that, you know, if the click track feels a little draggy,
it might not be the click track.
Yeah, but like I said, I've never experienced it. Never.
Yeah. So also, one of the things that Kennedy asked, and it was pretty cool, is like, why are they all wearing earplugs? This episode brought to you in part by Schoenfeld Headers, Van Buren, Arkansas, all the way back to Daddy Schoenfeld, building the best headers for all types of racing. If you need headers for your race cars, SchoenfeldHeaders.com. Check them out online or at any of their thousands of retailers nationwide. This episode brought to you by Bassett Racing Wheels. Whether you're looking for a 15-inch inertia wheel, rolled edge, armor edge protection, whatever it is that you need, DOT, IMCA, Bassett Racing Wheel has you covered. Bassett Racing Wheels is the leader in short track wheels nationwide. BassettWheels.com for all your racing wheel needs. This portion of our show brought to you by Woodleaf Raceway Park, right on Facebook. Check out the world's greatest dirt go-kart track with a focus on kids and family. They have go-karted go-kart racing. Jeff Freeman and his staff work tirelessly to make sure your kids are safe and having a great time. Check them out on Facebook at Woodleaf Raceway Park. Kennedy asked, why are they all wearing earplugs?
Yeah, that's it. So when you get on a big stage, I mean, like, it's hard to hear your instrument. And let's say you've got a guitar amp and it's 20 yards behind you.
Just for reference, you guys are actually playing. Y'all are live. It's going on right now.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of people think it's all, I guess, Milli Vanilli. I guess they blew it for everybody. But you guys are actually, y'all are legit playing. You're playing your guitar. You're playing your part. Your drummer's doing his. I mean, how would you even fake drums? I don't know.
Yeah,
but I mean, like, everybody's playing their part.
The only time I'm trying to think of the only time we had to fake it, and I can't remember what it was. But I do know this. Typically, like on award shows, like the Super Bowl. Let's talk about the Super Bowl. Typically, it's already pre-recorded. They get out there and record it during the day, maybe a week before.
Sure.
And then it's pre-recorded, and only the vocalist is live, because you've got so many moving parts, so many things that have to get set up perfectly.
Sure.
You miss one connection, you're
it's
done.
over.
Yeah.
Right. And it's live.
Yeah.
It's right now.
Yeah. No, and you can't afford that with things like the Super Bowl.
Right on.
Yeah,
but you guys are actually playing. Y'all are pushing through it, the whole deal. Like we heard at the end of Gary's show, man, he was starting to get a little hoarse. You can tell.
Oh, yeah.
He had a little thing of spray, and right there on his little table by where he'd come back after a song and be like, Yeah.
Little Ace, no, Ace Ventura, Jim Carrey, Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, yeah. So, and I know you've said sometimes you guys have. So your show is also recorded though, correct?
Like we record it live.
Because I know you said there's nights that you guys, you had told me when you had been on the road with Morgan, it's like, man, we played 6 nights in a row. Like nobody can blow it out vocally 6 nights in a row. It's just not going to happen. So on the highs, you were like, man, sometimes you got to kind of push through with digital, those kind of things. So
what you end up doing is when a vocalist, this is all because people pay money to come to these shows, and they do not want to see a trash show. Let's be honest. And this happens across the board. I'm not claiming it happens with anybody. I just know, like, it's just sort of a known thing.
You have heard this has happened.
Yeah, like, so along with our click track, we'll run like things like a tambourine or a shaker in there because nobody's up there just on stage playing a shaker. Just stuff to help the elements of it. But we'll also do things like if someone's having a bad night vocally, maybe include a line with the chorus in there just to help them get that extra little bit. Especially, if they're sick or whatever. I mean, it's all about.
Yeah, because if you're sick, you're the lead guitarist. If you're sick, you still got to go play.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, but it's all about providing a good show for the audience, giving them authenticity, but also a good show. You know, and it's fire insurance.
Right on. So, what do you guys do? How approachable is the band? Pre-show, post-show, all that. I think that's one of the things that's been elusive about the rock star lifestyle is the musicians are really not always approachable, that kind of thing.
So I'll use me as an example. Before a show, about 30 minutes before a show, I'm zoned in and I'm really not wanting to talk to many people about anything because I'm thinking about the show, thinking about
your job, man.
Yeah, thinking about because it's important. After the show, everything's free. Talk about whatever.
Yeah, I mean, do you? I mean, I'm sure y'all have VIPs come backstage, hang out, that kind of stuff.
Yes, yeah. So and that's where being an artist, I would never want to be an artist, rather, because I can't put on a smile for that long.
Right.
Hey, so good to see you. Tell me about your dog and your kids. You named your turtle after me.
That's great, man. I've always wanted a turtle named Brad. So,
Brad.
Yes, that would be perfect. Right on, man. So, what are some dirty secrets about the music business that you shouldn't tell us? We don't want to get you fired, though.
I'll have to think about one that I can tell. Let's see here.
Are there secrets of the music business that people probably don't want to know about?
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to know these things. I'll tell you this much. I mean, going back, just to go back to Morgan real quick, he's had some shortcomings in his time, some moments of bad judgment.
Very diplomatic.
Yeah, but he really is a great guy. Like, his heart is excellent.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you think that, because he's a kid who came from Sneeville, Tennessee, you think fame changes people?
It has to. And it may be not in the way that you're thinking, but he can't go out to Cracker Barrel.
He can't. It's not possible. Mm-mm. Yeah. I don't know if I ever told you, but we actually had a guy who worked for us. Nickelback had just kind of made it. They were probably still a B, maybe a high C level act, but people knew them. Like, their stuff was out. Sitting in the Atlanta airport. We're on the way back from Vegas. We'd been to SEMA, I think. And we're at Chili's, Applebee's, whatever. One of them restaurants. We're in the Atlanta airport. Had an employee sitting there. He goes, "Oh, my God, Chad Coger." I'm like, "Yep, you're right, it is." He goes, "I'm going to go get his autograph." I said, "Don't you say a word to that man." I said, "Why?" He said, he's got headphones on. He's got his hat pulled down. He's in the corner. He has his menu stood up. He is trying to eat a burger.
Yeah.
Leave him alone. I got to get his autograph. I said, "I'm telling you right now, you get his autograph, I'm going to fire you." "Man, you ain't going to fire me." Sure enough, 15 minutes later, he gets up and goes over and gets his autograph. I don't say nothing to him. He comes in Monday morning, clean your desk out. He's like, "Why?" I was like, "Man, because in our deal, and you dealt with him. I mean, we deal with, Ty and Austin Dillon are right down the street. We've done Mike and Tina's stuff for years. We did the ear molds for those guys forever and ever and ever. Richard grows grapes. Our farms back up to each other. We deal with people that want to be treated like people, not like celebrities, not like they're famous, not like this, that, and the other, and we just kind of can't have that fanfare.
Yeah.
So in our world, and I'm sure with your world too, you have to be cautious about who you hire, the roles that you put them in, just because, honestly, regardless of how famous Kyle Busch is. If Kyle Busch comes in here with Brexton and they do whatever, man, they don't want my employees lined up getting autographs.
No.
It's not what they're here for.
No.
So
Fist bump and say, "What's up, dude?"
yeah, that's
and
it, man. Do
move
your
on.
thing. Go on, right on. Exactly. Yeah. You tell your friends, hey, man, I hung out with Brad Carrick today. Like, woo, that was awesome, man. Who is Brad Carrick?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so, yeah. No, but, yeah, I mean, we see that from time to time, too, man. It's like last year, Jeff Gordon was grand marshal for the Chili Bowl. So we're kind of like in the pits, this, that, and the other, and we kind of make eye contact. And all he said was, I remember you.
Really?
Jeff's ex-wife was my first girlfriend. So we ran into him at Camp High one night and just chatted for a second or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, I remember you. I'm like, man, does he really?
Yeah.
So what did I do? You know, it's bad. So, but yeah, I mean, it's, I think but you know what? That's honestly what kind of makes it great, man. It's stardom. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, I'm starstruck. There's Chris Lane, man. There's Morgan Wallen. There's whoever it may be.
A guy asked me at the gym 2 days ago. He was like, "Do you ever get starstruck anymore?" I said, "To be honest with you," and he's talking about specifically in the music industry. I said, "To be honest with you, I'd be more starstruck if I met Dale Earnhardt Jr. than if I met, meeting some."
We can probably
artist.
arrange that one, can't we? We can probably definitely arrange that one for sure, man. So yeah, we're actually gonna be hanging out with not necessarily hanging out, but his nephew. I don't know if you've seen him, Wyatt Miller. That kid, like, wow. So first of all, his dad, LW. Remember the Smart Tour? Remember
Yeah.
LW Miller?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So that is Wyatt's dad. LW married Kelly, Dale's sister.
Oh, okay.
And Wyatt ain't no joke. He finally got into a late model this year for the first time at Hickory. Kid's unbelievable or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's running the Tulsa Shootout out there.
Oh, cool.
So obviously I don't know Wyatt all that well. I know him in passing, but I know his dad because I ran the Smart Tour with his dad. So, but yeah, no, we could probably arrange that Dale Jr. meeting.
Yeah. So, but it goes to show, the industry you're in. You're like, I don't care. 'Cause you would enjoy meeting a country artist.
Yeah, it would just be cool. But for me, it's not necessarily the starstruck. You know me, man. I got them crazy with weird questions like, all right, man, so if you were eating eggs at 2:30 in the morning, it's like, what? Yeah, it's like, I don't even know. So, yeah. So who all have you played for? Who all have you had the pleasure of joining on stage?
Man. Well, 2016, I was with a band in LA called Lost in LA, pop band. And it just, for all intents and purposes, LA ain't for me.
I was going to say, how much different is LA than Welcome, North Carolina, Brad?
Well, if you think about it, it is a 180-degree bend.
I go every year for Volkswagen Week, but I just get a taste of the culture. You
Right.
live there, man.
Yeah.
You lived in Santa Monica, right?
Santa Monica, yeah.
Close to the pier.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
right on.
I was 7 blocks away.
Yeah.
The weather's great. I mean, all that is amazing. But, I mean, and this doesn't speak for everybody, but like the vast majority of what I dealt with was just a style of living I wasn't into.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, yeah, played with them, then played with, worked for Chris, played with Morgan for a year, back with Chris, and then I played with Ryan and Rory, Caitlin and Derek Drive, the Dries. And then I played with a bunch of people in Nashville. This guy named Luke Lander. He's a real cool artist. Yeah. So
Do you ever just get people just randomly call you up? Hey, man, are you playing this weekend somewhere? You want to come? You want to come play guitar for me? Come beat the drums, that kind of stuff.
you know what? I've had many gigs like offered to me, and I'll say, "Man, sorry, I've got one show doing this." I can't, or even I've had to cancel shows because with Chris I'm on salary. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So if Chris calls me 2 weeks out, which is very rare, but if he calls me 2 weeks out, I have to cancel whatever I'm doing. I've had vacations essentially get ruined because of that.
Yeah.
And it's not a fun thing, but it's rewarding.
So what do you think? What's the life expectancy of a touring musician? How long can a guy stand to stay on the road?
I mean, you see guys out there that are in their 50s, 55, 60. I mean, Brad Paisley's band, I know, like his guitar player, I know his bass player, Kenny, I believe he was 60.
Not as old as Keith Richards, though, right?
Not as old as Keith Richards. So Keith is a prime example.
Yeah.
You can keep going, but I guess, like when you're making all that money.
You just keep banging it out, right?
Yeah. But it's interesting because, like I was thinking yesterday about the correlation between my job and a racer. And I came up with the right word. And you've said it many times, selfish. My career and racing, because I've had to be so selfish with my career. And a good example is hey, my girlfriend Whitney and I, we've got a weekend planned, but Chris calls and says, I got a show. I have to take it.
Right.
And that is selfish of me. Because I've aligned my career path in that way, and I mean the same goes for race car drivers.
Absolutely, we got to be where we got to be, man.
Yeah.
If you're racing at top level in February, you're in Daytona. You know what I mean? At the end of the year, you're wherever it's got to be. In February, we're all going to be at the Clash. So I mean, it's just yes.
And if you had a good year, you're working hard on your car. If you had a bad year, you're working hard on your car.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, there's never, and I loved watching Madhouse.
Yeah.
When was that?
2010.
2010.
Yeah.
Loved watching it.
Were you even shaving then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I was just giving you a hard time.
I got plenty of that.
Yeah.
But and I know it's a lot for TV, but to seeing, like Tim come home from, I guess, was he at
He worked at Michael Waltrip's.
Michael Waltrip coming home and straight to his car. And,
Yeah.
I mean, that is a level of.
It is sacrifice, man. You're missing birthday parties. You're missing anniversaries. You're missing, man, everything. It's like, it's life on the road, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it just, and everybody does think it's glamorous. I just did 4 weeks in Vegas. Everyone's like, oh my God, that would have been so awesome. No. I'm going to guess, first of all, you've never been to Vegas. Number two, you've never been there 4 weeks, man. Like, everything you could ever do in Vegas that you want to do, you can do in 3 days.
Yeah.
Everything. And that may be a day too long. And it's like, okay, cool, next gig. No, life on the road. And it's crazy because it's like, I took my kid to New York for 15th birthday. That's what she wanted to do, right? Well, I worked in the garment district, man. That's where I learned how to become a tailor, all that kind of stuff. And she's like, you never been here before? Like, we went to Rockefeller Plaza. I'm like, no, I was here working.
Yeah.
We went down to the 9/11 memorial, which back in the day would have been for me the financial district because 9/11 hadn't happened yet. She's like, you never came down here at all? I was like, there was no reason to come down here. Like, I know 6 square blocks of Manhattan because that's where my world was. That's the garment district.
Yeah.
Like, I know Madison Square Garden over to Broadway, 6th and 7th Avenue of the America, and the delis and stuff that go on. There's no reason to go anywhere. I can't believe you never went anywhere. It's like, you don't. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I got to go to New York and I got to geek out and be a tourist. I've never been a tourist before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So same kind of thing with you guys. I mean, if y'all are rolling into Nashville or wherever to do a one-day show, I mean, which you live Nashville, but I mean, maybe not a great Tulsa. I mean, you're not going to probably go hang out and try out this taco joint and this, that, and the other, especially if the next night y'all got to play in Kansas City or wherever
Right.
it may be. You're there for an amount of time.
Yep.
I mean, how many times, my biggest cringe moment, because I was actually at a Dierks Bentley concert in Charlotte, and he walked out on stage and say, "Whoa, it's great to be back in Greenville." What?
Crickets? Or he was.
He forgot where he was.
He said yes.
He forgot where he was.
Yeah.
It's like, what? And somebody corrected him. We're like, Charlotte. He's like, seeing if y'all are paying attention. He called it, immediately.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, how many times do you've just been traveling so much? Like, where are we at? It's funny, like during COVID, one of the things that Christine and I would do all the time, Pooh, what day is it? Because like I say, every day is exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's literally Groundhog Day.
It is.
Do you find yourself in that grind sometimes, especially when you guys were touring all the time, pre-baby, that kind of stuff?
Right. It absolutely.
Yeah.
It every day, and I still struggle with that. A lot of it's based on my lifestyle, which is, our touring lifestyle. We leave Wednesday evening, we're back Sunday morning. I get 2 days to reset before I'm leaving again.
Sure.
So it's hard to schedules help keep the world in time. In other words, like on Monday morning, you're here first thing at World Headquarters.
Absolutely.
Like you're always but
My staff prefers that I am not here. But that's okay. Yeah. They were like, I don't know if you saw the video of me leaving to go to Vegas for a
did,
month.
yeah.
That was kind of a joke. They were excited. They're
Yeah,
like,
I believe
yes, praise Jesus,
I
he's not
believe
going to be here. Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
that's why I think you probably need me around more than I just keep you occupied.
I don't-
Hey, let's go do this.
I don't disagree. I think they would all probably vote for that. So when we get done with the podcast, you go in there and see Allison. I think she's got a very handsome offer package put together for you just to keep me wrangled, man. Yeah. So yeah, no. I try not to destroy it too much. So yeah, I would imagine, just like when you and I toured 2015, 16, man, it's like every week we're somewhere, especially that November through May or March. It
Yeah.
was like, okay, what town are we going to now?
Yeah.
Like, where are we at now? And while we did get downtown Nashville a time or two. We had some fun times down there.
Yeah.
And we would get out in Tulsa every night because of Randall. He knew everything. But for the most part, man, it's like get up, work, sleep, the whole deal. You just happen to be doing it in a different town.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's really no glamour to it.
At what point does what you're doing just become a job, and you're not just stoked to get out of bed every morning?
Complacency is a tough battle because it's an everyday battle, because once you start doing something for so long and it's just kind of, wash and repeat, it's really hard to just say, I don't want to do this.
Sure.
And the only way to combat that for me, so to answer your question first, is it happens pretty easily, because I think humans are kind of
right.
I don't know if we're designed for new exploration all the time, but we certainly deserve it. Like, we deserve to try.
Broadens the horizons, the spectrum. You get to do something and try something different.
So you lock yourself in. But I always say, I could be doing this every day of my life, or I could be sitting in a cubicle every day of my life at a computer.
That'd be torture.
And I can't do that. And we just had this conversation last month. I asked my girlfriend, I said, Whitney, what have I done today? She said, oh, well, you cleaned your house, you did this, you did that, whatever. I said, no. I said, I did what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Which turns out
freedom. You and I had that conversation because we talked while you were in Canada, and I was like, here's the thing about it. Money has never been the goal.
Yeah.
It's the freedom that money supports. Like you talked about, musicians going back on the road, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the freedom. I no longer have the freedom. I no longer have the ability. And I ask my staff all the time, define success. For me, here's success. Waking up every day and only doing what I want to do, not having to do anything that I have to do. Mm-hmm. Will I ever make it there? There are some days I feel successful.
Yeah.
There are other days it's like, man, I got so much stuff I got to get done.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how many days do you wake up, rhetorical question, but how many days do you wake up and you be like, I do not want to play guitar today? It's got to happen.
Yeah. Oh,
it's got to happen. Yeah.
Like it is a, but I imagine there will be days where you wake up and you say, I don't want to really have to deal with running a business today because my brain just does not have the capacity.
That's why I bought a surf boat, Brad. That's why I bought a surf boat. And if you're looking for me the end of May through basically the 1st of October, if you can find High Rock Lake, my boat looks like the Carolina Panthers edition. And you've known me long enough to know I'm not a sports fan at all.
Yeah, that's surprising.
But I'm easy to find, man. That's exactly where I'll be. So, but you're exactly right, man. There's days that I just don't feel people-y.
Yeah, and that's okay. That's called being human. Yeah. So when the question gets asked, like how many days do you wake up and not want to play your guitar? Enough, but I also wake up plenty of days and am excited about it.
Yeah, I can't wait to do
enough that I can keep the balance, which is, I think, important. Probably talking about this with race car drivers is the same thing. Like there are days, but then again, race car drivers are so hungry for that because it's a win.
Well, I think it's pretty easy to see for them is like they start having bad performances and they're in premium equipment and you kind of realize, all right, maybe it's time. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And I think we've seen a generation, especially in racing, especially in our generation, where younger drivers are retiring earlier than ever before.
Yeah.
Where when I was a kid, if you weren't 40 years old, you hadn't earned the right to run a cup car.
Yeah.
Now, if you're 40 years old, you've been retired 3 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we kind of see that. I think that maybe we see some of that too from what I hear in the music business. And I'm not going to call any names out, but there's one really big act. In my mind, I think this particular act was one of the greatest entertainers in country music ever. Mm-hmm. I personally feel like terrible songwriter. Not even bad, terrible songwriter. We'll talk off mic.
All right.
But it was kind of a incredible storied career. Disappeared. Came back, tried to career again. You just don't hear any fanfare, man. It's like, bro, did you spend all your money? Like, why are we back? Why are we back? You know what I mean? So
I tell you what, the music industry has gotten it's gotten so polluted, full of everybody can be an artist, and I welcome that. But the problem is, guys are reaching the top and then just falling back off.
Sure.
And you know, that happens a lot in music.
Well, it's like, where do you go next? What is next? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, if you make it to F1, you made it to F1. You make it to Cup, you made it to Cup. You know, whatever it may be, when you reach the crowning achievement in your industry, a couple weeks ago, we had Bobby Pierce sitting in this chair right here, and I asked Bobby, I said, if you had the chance tomorrow, Rick Hendrick makes the call, would you do it? He said, absolutely not. I'm doing exactly what I want to do. I'm living a dream. This is the job. I'm at the top of my sport. I'm the top guy in the industry. This is what I want to do.
Because he'd have to start over with Rick Hendrick.
True, but you just don't hear that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like if I ask you, hey, Brad, what's next for you in the music business? If money were no object, time were on your side, and you could do anything, what would the next 24 months in the music business look like? Tell me, what would it look like?
Oh, that's easy. If money weren't an issue, if I didn't have to pay my bills, I would go in and be on the inside. I would definitely get out of touring and be on the inside in the studios working that way.
Right on.
But but that's like everything. It's just like Bobby. I mean, I don't know if I'm at the top of my game, but I'm certainly at the top level.
Sure.
So
I mean, honestly, the way I look at it would just be changing teams.
yeah,
If Brad Paisley called you, you'd pay for, and you switched, you'd be playing for Brad. If Gary Allen called you, you'd be playing.
right.
Same job, same theory, same bus with 10 places to sleep on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's just playing for another team.
Here's the interesting thing, and this is not a hidden secret. Like, if I were to move to a new camp, it'd have to be so perfect though. And here's why: Chris Lane and everybody in his camp, we're all such good friends. We have figured out how to live together on the road.
Right. There's got to be magic in that.
And that is very important. Imagine you taking me out in the first month. You're saying, this Brad guy is freaking weird. Like,
Right.
no.
No.
I mean, that right there is like holds so much weight. Like,
It's the ability to get along and live in community, man. I mean, that's priceless, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, because nobody wants to be like stuck in a room or in a van or in a bus. With a guy for 5 hours, and you're like, either he smells or she smells, or they just talk. They talk about the most.
Smells,
They talk about the most annoying things that you don't care about, and those people do exist. But that's how you get ahead. It's certainly
Eric's trying not to laugh over there. Yeah.
I mean, it certainly is. That's just as important as you're playing.
Have you had any major confrontations while on the road?
Nothing major. You call it brotherly fights, sure, but and fight is even not. This is a strong word,
Right.
Brotherly disagreements. I mean, okay, let's say 10 men on a bus, 10 opinions, 10 attitudes, 10 hunger cycles,
One bathroom. Yeah.
I mean, at some point, 10 guys not getting good sleep. You're going to get in little things.
Grumpy.
But honestly, part of being a good touring bandmate is just sometimes knowing when to shut up.
How important is the courtesy flush?
Well, there is no pooping on a bus first.
Really?
Yeah. Well, let me rephrase that. It is generally frowned upon unless you have a
situation.
Unless you have a situation or your bus has a grinder in the actual tank.
Okay. That's not a job duty. That's actually a part on the bus.
That is. Yeah,
There's actually 11 guys on the bus. One guy lives underneath it.
The grinder.
He's the grinder. Yeah. I was just curious because, for several years I lived in a toter home with a couple guys, and we established the courtesy flush.
Absolutely.
If the pickle hits the pool, the pool has to go away immediately. Yes. Yes.
Let's just put it like this. If you have to.
I can't believe we're really having this conversation.
If you have to do it,
Yeah.
you certainly are better be courtesy flushing. Now we've got these fancy ones where you just hit the button. It flushes. You don't have to hit the plunger.
Does the bus have a backwasher?
No backwasher.
Oh my! Is it an old bus? I thought the new buses all have backwashers. That's also a part, not a job.
Yeah.
There's actually 12 people on the bus.
Well, it depends on if you're a Motley Crue. I'm sure they had plenty
They
of
probably did.
backwasher
Yeah.
jobs.
I think their backwashers were humans, though.
Yeah, absolutely, and probably in their case females.
Probably.
But,
You would sure hope, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can't speculate.
Yeah.
But
I'd love to tour. What jobs you have open? Grinder, backwasher. That's where everybody starts, man. Yeah.
That's one step below the actual crap, what do they call it? I mean, well, we'll call it the roadie, but
but if you graduate, you could be the bass player.
That's true.
You
That's
could
true.
be the bass player.
Your first step up is the bass player.
Yes, I mean it's the same job, just minus the B, right? I mean that's where you're at. So, yeah. You get to do all those jobs. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
So, how many more years does Brad Carrick have on the road?
Well,
question everybody wants to know. Chris Lane, hope you're not listening.
I used to say that I was on a 5-year plan. At 35, I was like, I'll check it out at 40.
You're 4 years old. You're beyond that, though.
Well, I said,
at 35. Okay.
I said I can make it till 40, and now I'm nearing 40, and I'm thinking, well, I might can make till 45.
Okay.
So I keep it on a 5-year plan. But that's not a good way to live life.
What would change your mind either direction? Whitney,
the music industry is changing.
Yeah.
I mean, with AI coming. I mean, have you ever been on Suno before?
No.
I think it's.
I'll have to check that out. I am. So I drive the staff crazy with GPT. I'm all over ChatGPT.
Yeah.
I'm a GPT master. I will ask GPT everything. I don't Google nothing. I GPT, man. Yes.
Well, I'm gonna probably introduce you to something that you can annoy them even more because
y'all need to be annoyed. This is gonna be great.
I think it's Suno. You can go on. You give it a prompt, or you can give it lyrics, and you say, "I want this in the style of '90s rock or '90s country or 2000s country," and it'll write you a song.
No way.
Yep. And like an AI artist just got a #1 record on radio.
Who?
I don't even know who the artist's name, but yeah, it's an AI artist. We'll have to look it up.
I mean, ultimately, I get it. It's entertainment. As a musician, and also I know you've written stuff. I mean, you did our guitar riff. By the way, every time you see a Velocita ad and you hear the guitar in the background, that's this guy right here. He's the guy who did all that for us.
You called me up and you said, "Hey man, can you get anybody to do this?" I was like, and I literally, what did I say? I'll just do it.
You're like, I'm an anybody. I got this. Yeah, it's great. We play it all the time, man. So obviously, as an artist, obviously as a musician, obviously as somebody that's talented, AI could be threatening. I could see that for sure, 100%. But ultimately, would you agree the fans want to be entertained?
They do. And there's two things. You can listen to a song all you want to, but I'm fairly certain that most people, like, tell me, you just talked about your Brad Paisley experience, your Gary Allen experience. Why was that important? You saw him in person.
I 100% agree. You know, it's funny that you bring that up because I was just in Indianapolis, PRI, and I was waiting, fixing to go in the SFI council meeting, and there were two young girls standing there, probably about my daughter's age, early 20s, and one of them had their phone on, and they were listening to some music, and I don't know what it was, not my type of music, but it basically was saying the same 3 or 4 lines over and over again with a trendy beat, and I'm like, I got a question for you. Do you really like that? And they're like, oh my God, that's so-and-so. This is the hottest thing going. We love it. And I was like, but why do you love it?
Yeah.
It's the same thing over and over again. And it was almost like I had asked them a question they couldn't answer.
Did not compute.
Right. Like, what?
Yeah.
It's like, why do you like that? And they're like, why do you not like that? And I'm like, because it says the same thing over and over again. And it's kind of the same beat. It's like, dun, 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 bam, 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 dun, 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 bam, bam. And that goes on for 3 or 4 minutes. So is there a place for AI in your industry? Is there a place where it can mesh together? And I know it's not AI, but it's like Sam Hunt theoretically raps in his music. Now there's other people who rap in the music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sam was first. He's the guy. He gets the cake, in my opinion. But is there a place for AI in your industry? How do you welcome in, and where do y'all kind of draw the line?
Well, here's an interesting perspective on it. I start with the question, is AI welcome anywhere?
Oh, okay.
And the answer is yes. I bet there are plenty of race car drivers out there, dirt track guys who maybe have a hard time setting up their car, but can scour the internet.
Before you even get started, last year, Bowman Gray, I got the new Port City house car, right? We're there. My driver, you know, Jim, my man's won everything you can win, right?
Yeah.
I can't make my race car turn. I cannot make my race car turn. I've been twisting wrenches on race cars my whole life. I cannot make my race car turn. GPT, car's tight on entry. It's doing this and it's the whole deal. Brad knows me by name. We're tight. Yeah. It comes back and it says, make these 3 adjustments. Made those 3 adjustments, immediately fix it.
Yeah. So
what? Yes.
We welcome that. I mean, because then it helps the field level out.
Yeah.
Where I guess where it's being tough, in my opinion, is that it is literally taking job, because that just put the correct tools in the same guy's hand.
Sure.
So whereas this is taking tools out of a guy's hand and not even in the music industry.
So how do you stay one step ahead? How do you stay more creative than AI?
Yeah.
How do you stay ahead of it?
I think the answer is, and I'm not the best at this because I still am rebelling, but I'll probably get into it, is embrace.
Yeah.
Embrace and take advantage.
Use it as a tool.
Yeah.
You know, I remember hearing a story, you know, the OBD scanners to tell what's wrong with your car.
Oh, yeah.
And they came up with this whole system. Every real troubleshooting mechanic in the world fought it. Nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted it. The automobile industry wanted it because they could actually take guys. The troubleshooters are gone. You and I both know.
Yeah.
Your dad is an old school troubleshooter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're a pretty good mechanic too.
Yeah.
I'm a decent mechanic. You know, Dan, we got a lot of guys that we know. We grew up in that culture because we've been around this thing. But the average potato eating kid that's going through tech school today is learning how to read codes and replace parts. Mm-hmm. He's not really a troubleshooter.
Yeah.
So I see it. I was actually on a podcast 3 years ago when I was in broadcast school about AI in business. And John Casson, Connect School Broadcasting, asked me playing out, he goes, do you think that AI is going to help or hurt business? I said, well, for those who embrace it, I think it's going to help. We use AI every day.
Yeah.
For those who don't embrace it, it could potentially put them out of business because we're going to fight the way. You know what? Musicians hated when CDs first came out.
Yeah.
It's not what we did. Musicians hated when digital audio tape first came out. It's not what we first did. Auto-tune, which honestly pisses me off because what am I listening to?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't sing. You've heard me sing.
Yeah.
But I bet you can make me sound incredible in the studio, couldn't you?
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy. So you know what I mean? So yeah, I think you're right. And hopefully staying ahead of AI. But who knows where that lands? I mean, only the future's going to tell.
Yeah. I mean, it could be a very ugly animal that we don't see coming.
Sure.
I mean, it certainly could, but I'm hoping not.
Do you think because they're getting the lion's share, do you think the record label has their thumb on the button to help control this thing and direct it the way it needs to go?
Oh, well, if the record label had their choice, everything would be AI. And because they get all the points I was talking about earlier.
Gotcha.
You don't share with the writer, don't share with an artist.
Points equal cash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
there's not a lot of broke record labels, are there?
No.
Yeah.
No. That's a good business model, but it's hard to start off. But
sure. Yeah, I can see that for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Brad, we know your helicopter's outside, and we saw you land earlier today. That's great. It's
my Nissan Pathfinder helicopter.
It's a match. How long have you had the Pathfinder?
Oh man, how long? I mean, it seems like forever.
As long as I've known you, I think, man.
Let's see here. No, I ended up getting it.
You got it when you moved to Nashville, didn't you?
The first time we met
at a gym.
Nope. It's before that.
Pre-gym?
You were racing go-karts. Remember my cousin Scott Lell?
Oh, yeah.
And I met you, I believe it was either Woodleaf or...
Woodleaf.
It had to be Woodleaf.
100% Woodleaf, yeah.
Yep. And you were racing with Jesse Plume.
Jesse Plume.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the first time we met you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Golly, man. That's crazy.
I was 15 or 16 then.
Man.
So
neither one of us have aged, though. It's
I know,
crazy.
isn't that crazy?
It is crazy, yeah. So
I don't feel any worse, do you?
No, not at all, man. So you've had the Pathfinder, man. That's crazy, though. So was there a big boy purchase that you made when you made it in the music industry?
All my money goes back into guitars and stuff. So I will do big boy guitars. I mean, a good guitar starts at $2,000.
Right on.
For me.
So do cowboy boots.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like a good guitar. There are good guitars under $2,000, but a real good guitar.
How many guitars do you own?
It's above 20 now.
It's not a number. It just doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
If you see a guitar and you like it, I'm getting it.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah. I've gotten better with it because now, I've gotten all the guitars I like, and my desires have changed.
Right on.
What you want to spend your money on.
Yeah. Age does that, man.
Yeah. I guess it's called maturing. I don't know.
Sucks, man. It's overrated. I hate it.
It ain't fun.
I'd have a helicopter too, so I'm with you on that for sure, man. Well, what do you want to share with your listeners out there, your folks out there? Who do you want to thank? Anything that you want to share with before we let you guys go?
Yeah.
Right here, holiday time. We know you got some good stuff. We're excited that you came, man. We're glad to
so glad
see
to be
you
here.
in town, man. You bet.
Well, I certainly would want to thank my parents always for encouraging me, because there were many times where I wanted to quit. And believe it or not, the surprising thing, my parents pushed me, which, a lot of parents push their kids away from music.
Yeah.
But they pushed me into it. And they were plenty of times where I was like, I just got to give it up. And they were like, just encouragement. So
Right
appreciate them and appreciate my girlfriend for putting up with me too. And
I'm dying to meet her, man.
She's a gem. She's really sweet. I mean, nobody has anything bad to say about her.
Right on, man. Right on.
I got a few things, but I'll keep them to me.
Well, it's personal. You keep that to yourself. You bet.
But man, I was thinking on the way here about driving fast and taking chances. Which is this is a racing slogan in your regard, but it's really not, because taking chances is like what I did.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for me, I want to encourage anybody out there that this is a mostly racing community that listens, but anybody that's listening, like, to take chances on stuff. I mean, it may not be racing related, or it may be strictly racing, but I think it's important to take chances in what you're doing.
That's great advice.
And really to like it literally says, to drive fast, because that's who's going to get ahead in life.
Yeah.
If you want to be a CEO of a company, you got to make moves. You got to do it as fast, and you got to be always pedal to the metal. You may be stuck for a minute, but always waiting.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. I guess I never really thought about it. I've been saying drive fast, take chances for a long time, many years, and to us, it's comical. It's funny, but when you think about it, you're right, man. You really gotta, if you want to make it work, you got to make it work.
Yeah, and I mean, there are plenty of people who don't take chances, and they wake up at 60, 70 years old, and they say, "I wished I would have." And I do not want to be that.
Yeah, I've almost died 3 or 4 times with the pneumonia and the other stuff that's going on. And man, I tell people all the time, what I don't want is, I don't want to have that regret. I wished I would have. Everything that I have had the opportunity to do, I did it. Yeah, I went and did it.
Yeah,
yeah.
And that's the way. I mean, I think that's important. So that was kind of my ethereal thought on driving fast, taking chances. What it actually meant.
So if people want to see you play, how can they find out more about Chris Lane?
Yeah.
What do we got coming up for concert dates? Where do we get to see you throw down with guitar?
Sure, yeah. You can find me on Instagram, obviously, which I post a little bit here and there. But Chris Lane dates, January 15 through March, I think end of March. We're out with Rascal Flatts.
Right on.
That's as far as my schedule tells me right now. So I know what I'm doing till March.
Chris's website?
I'm chrislane.com.
Okay. Right on. And all the socials, all the stuff that goes with that.
Yeah.
So right on, man.
All that. And then Ryan and Rory, check out Ryan and Rory.
Yeah, man, great. They were really awesome. I really enjoyed their music.
I'm going to send you, I recorded our live show too. I'm going to send it to you.
So that'd be great, man.
It's rocking.
You bet. Really rocking. You bet, man. I like that part of it.
Yeah.
So that's great, man.
And of course, the drives, Caitlin and Derek drive.
Absolutely. Right here local, too, man. But a lot of cool holiday shows are going on all the time. You can check those guys out.
Yeah.
They're on all the socials as well. You can check them out.
Yeah.
I've heard of some. I've never got a chance to get out and see them, but I probably need to, man. So
their Christmas shows are fun. Next year, if I remember, I'll text you. You can bring out your family.
That'd be great, man.
That'd be
like we'll bring the staff out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right on.
It'd be a good time.
Well, Brad, thanks so much for coming.
Thanks for having
us here on Driving Fast, Take Chances. Maybe our paths will cross on the road somewhere. We can bring the staff out at a trade show.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
That'd be a lot of fun, man.
That'd be fun, dude. Thanks for having me, dude.
You bet, man. Hey, guys, that's going to do it for Driving Fast and Taking Chances. Be sure to support and check out all of our great sponsors, and check out our buddy Brad here, touring with Chris Lane, man. Drive fast, take chances.